Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Francis P, and I'm a recovery coach and personal development coach based outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I work with clients on a variety of different issues, ranging from overcoming substance use issues to gaining employment to changing their career, building relationships with their families, rebuilding trust, learning better communication skills, more tolerance, more acceptance, stress management, anxiety, depression, like pretty much you name it. There's different goals, and to me, they all kind of fall in this spectrum. But throughout the different goals, one common thread is the ability to believe in your capacity for change, your capacity to achieve these goals. So I kind of wanted to make a video today on how to trust the process and believe in yourself. And another term be self-efficacy. And I was thinking about making this one more scientific and, talking about different studies for self-efficacy, but I thought I'd make this one a little bit simpler and just talk about how to trust the process, how to lay out your goals, work through them, and throughout that, believe in yourself through different adversity and things that are going to come up. So let's get started. So first off, allow yourself room to grow and don't expect perfection from the start. I think a lot of times when we set off on a new journey, a new goal, we expect things to go smoothly. And when we encounter difficulties, from the jump, sometimes people get discouraged and they're less likely to try and pursue that goal. Suppose it's 2 or 3 different obstacles that are keeping you from trying to do the thing you're trying to do. A lot of people, they will just say F it and give up and not try anymore. And you need to expect that there are going to be different stumbles, there are going to be different challenges, there's going to be barriers and obstacles, and learning how to persevere, learning how to navigate your way through these things and still achieve your goals is part of this process and part of how you're going to build confidence in achieving your goals. So remember, you're trying to create the proper conditions. Remember that change the process or refining over time. So trust it. That you're not going to get it perfect right off the bat. Whatever it is you're trying to do, odds are you're going to make changes, and then gradually you're going to keep make adjustments in order to get where you want to go. Rarely is it radical change starting on day one. That it's going to be this new thing. Everything's going to run smoothly, and it's just going to be bam, 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 and we're going to accomplish all of our goals, all of our steps, and here we are. Literally, suppose, you have a goal of trying to find out about schooling. You try and call the place. You can't get through to anybody. You can't get anybody to answer your questions. You're getting the runaround. Already people can start to get discouraged, just as an example. But I could go all day long with this stuff. Let's see. So next, when your motivation falls off, your discipline steps up. So discipline, whether that's self-discipline in being able to overcome frustration or anxiety, whether it's discipline in getting myself to do the things I need to do, to make the phone call, to go to the place I need to go to reach out to the person, to send the email, to go to the gym, to, choose the healthy option, that this discipline and these habits over time of trying to do the thing that's going to benefit me most, not what necessarily is easiest to do or most convenient or my usual habit, but consistency over time will change and add up to a better byproduct, that you're more likely to achieve your goals if you have better habits, better discipline, better consistency, just by showing up and putting forth the effort, and that if you're waiting for motivation to strike, waiting till you really feel like going to the gym, really feel like making that phone call, really feel like doing the thing, a lot of times it's not going to happen. That's why I tell people sometimes I'll literally make appointments with myself to do the thing, to make the phone call, to go to the place, to contact the person, to go to the gym. That's why I schedule these things and have these habits and these disciplines in order to give myself that consistency, because otherwise I know how easy it is to let things fall by the wayside. And the whole time remembering that some things take time and there's going to be detours, there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs. Like, I'm not going to be perfect, but as long as I'm keeping in mind my discipline, my habit, my consistency over time, that even if it's going to go up and it's going to go down, but overall I'm trending towards the right direction. Next. So once again, you're going to encounter challenges and barriers and setbacks. I put a little expect delays thing there. Like, this is going to happen. I think even something as simple as setting up new electronics. I remember, setting up routers. I'm like an IT person in my family, for friends, and rarely do things set up as easy as they should. Rarely do you take something out of the box and it goes as smoothly as you think it will. A lot of times you're going to encounter difficulties, and your ability to work through them and to problem solve and to think through, it's going to translate in all these different situations. So I get used to that. I'm probably going to encounter challenges and barriers, but I have confidence in my ability to persevere and think my way through it. But you determine how you deal with these things. Do you look for more knowledge or opportunities, or do you give up? Because if I get frustrated, if I get angry, resentful, anxious, these different things, stressed out, then I'm probably going to think even less clearly. So if I can take a step back, take some deep breaths and think my way, work my way through the problem, or ask somebody else, reach out for help, look for opportunities, Google something, look for more knowledge, then I can probably, I'm better in a position to solve the problem. But staying focused on your dream, focused on your goal, that eventually we will get there. And something I pride myself on is being, I'm called doggedly determined. That if I'm determined to get this thing set up, I'm determined to make this thing work, I'm determined to contact this person, make this phone call, do this thing, I will persevere in spite of challenges. Maybe there's something I've built up over time, but I'll channel my own frustration into it if I need to persevere, whatever helps keep you going. So we have our motivation, our perseverance, our habits, our discipline, our, these different things, these consistency, these are the things that we're building, these skills. And you notice that they're not tailored to one area or one goal or one thing. These are skills that are going to translate no matter what the goal is, no matter what the thing I'm working on. My ability to overcome, my ability to persevere, my ability to recognize opportunity and to overcome challenges and barriers. This is going to translate. My discipline, this is going to translate from goal to goal. All right. And you can tell, I get hype over this stuff because literally, like, this is what I do. And I help motivate. Part of my job, as a coach is to help motivate people. And so when people come not feeling like they can do it, part of my job, especially in recovery, is to be that example and show you like it can be done. If people, if I can overcome a lot of the different challenges and barriers that I've overcome, other people can as well. And not to say that the way I go about things or the way I've overcome things is the way for everybody. I like giving people different options and seeing what kind of things they vibe with and seeing, what resonates with them. And they go, let me try that. And maybe that doesn't work. You know what? Let me try that instead. And then eventually we're like, okay, they get an idea, the sense of what it is we're trying to do here. And then the more that people accomplish their goals and they see things start to work out for them, like, okay, there's really something to this. And then the more confidence, the more self-efficacy you have, the more belief that you can change. Then you become like me, where you're like, check what I'm doing now. I'm working on this, I'm working on that. And then we get into lifestyle balance. It's a whole thing. But the more that you develop your abilities to like stay consistent, to overcome your challenges and barriers, to expand your knowledge and your skills, to make adjustments, to be able to recognize your resources and opportunities, to combat any self-doubt, because there's going to be moments when you're going to doubt yourself, like, the Eminem song, I feel like you might give up, but you really got to reach within yourself, like he says, and find what your motivation sometimes, or use your self-discipline, or reach to somebody else, that can help inspire you in that moment, or listen to something or a podcast or video, whatever it takes to help you get through these things, because giving up is not going to help you get towards your goal. But the more that you can look for different moves, like if this is chess, like I'm looking for another move. Maybe I don't see the move right off the bat, but maybe if I take some time and step back, or luckily in life I can show somebody else the board, they can show me a better move. I just might not be seeing it. So that's why being able to recognize these different things and to take the time to think is very helpful. And the more self-confidence you gain, the better you get at these different things, the better you get at these skills, the more confidence and belief that you have in yourself, that you can trust this process and keep going with it. But you have the ability to choose the kind of person you want to be. And this was really freeing for me. Because a lot of times I did not live with a lot of these qualities, and I decided for myself that if I could imagine the kind of person I wanted to be, not, the job, the material things, but the kind of person I want to be, how would that look like? Things like responsible, healthy, kind, thoughtful, helpful, strong, reliable, empathetic, resourceful. How can I live these values? And once I've discovered that your happiness, a lot of times your fulfillment comes from your actions and your goals aligning with your personal values, these things that you really care about, the better that you feel. Nobody can take these things away from me. They're not attached to any material thing. These are qualities that I try and embody on a day-to-day basis, no matter what situation or the place I'm at, in order to just, this is who I want to be. And so, not only that, these can be personal goals for yourself, but maybe you want to pursue goals such as a different career, education, finding a partner, getting in shape, learning a new language, finding the time and resources to travel, learning to budget better so you can travel, or these different things. Like a lot of the goals are going to look different, but the process is going to be the same. And I've talked about it in previous videos about creating goals and how to outline the things, maybe what your goals are to begin with, because maybe you're unclear in what it is that you want to pursue, but that there's something you want to bring into your life. So whether it's, a different job or a partner, maybe there's something missing, and you eventually realize what it is you'd like to bring to your life. Now, how do we go about achieving this different thing? So the steps you take to achieve the goal for each thing will look different, but the overall process is the same. You're going to lay out the steps. You're going to identify what is your goal, what is my motivations, like why is this, also is this self-serving, or is this, something that benefits or lives my values. I try and think of how things can also benefit other people as well, how I can be of service or benefit to somebody else's life as well. The who can support me and who can guide me in this process towards my goal. The when, like what is my timeline? Is this a really long-term, far-off goal? Is this a short-term goal? Like what is the realistic timeline of this? And the how, like what are the steps I'm going to take, which would be like the 1, 2, 3, But I have a change plan video. Like you can lay all this out for yourself. And like I say, it's like Mad Libs. You're just going to change the different thing that you're working towards, the different people that can help you, the different steps to your goal, how you measure success, but the process is the same. So trusting the process, getting good at identifying things that you want to work on and working on them. Whether it's, suppose my goal is I want to be more thoughtful, okay? So I'm going to ask more people how they're doing, genuinely be more curious about how people are doing internally, truly actually care about how people feel inside, whether it's, my coworkers, my family and friends. When people, ask me how I'm doing and I tell them good, ask them, so how have you been doing? So, and try and actually remember previous conversations, keep track of things. If they say that their aunt was in the hospital, a month ago, oh, how's your aunt doing? Try and actually be thoughtful and kind, not just live these values because it looks good, but like literally, how do I incorporate these things into myself? Whether I want to be more thoughtful and send people messages of how they're doing, be more kind, be more empathetic towards other people, be less focused on myself. And these were honest goals for myself. These are things that I've had to work on. So I know the different, running the gamut of things from working on these personality issues to like, working on your own, education, career, business, these different things like that. Whether it's a goal is to make a YouTube video, okay? Think of a topic for my video, create the presentations for the video, film the video, upload the video, all these different things. Like it's just the steps are gonna look different, but the process is gonna be the same. So yeah, check out my change plan worksheet just for another guide of how to go about identifying these steps and developing a plan for yourself, and my video on change plan. And then you can get started towards whatever it is, the new you, whatever. Design your life. Think about how you want to carry yourself. Maybe my goal, like I say, isn't to be on, I can't be on the next space mission. Okay. Maybe I'm not going to like have a Lamborghini in the next, it's not one of my goals, but like I can make realistic goals for myself, for my life, whether it's in my career, education, family, friendships, relationships, all these different things. These are realistic goals that can improve my life, improve my quality of life on a day-to-day basis, especially relationships. Improving relationships with your family, friends, coworkers, communication skills. I mean, this is one thing that you will notice the difference in your life, because nobody exists, out there alone. We interact with people all the time, and the better these relationships and communication are, I find the overall, the less stress in your life and the happier you are. So lastly, just trust in the process, believe in yourself, and give yourself that room to grow. Don't expect perfection. Just keep working towards your steps. Just practice your discipline. Practice, your good habits. Think about these things. Keep these things in the back of your mind that you're working towards, and just keep working towards that process. And I have another video in mind. I actually made all the slideshow for it, and that's going to be a little bit more scientific, but I had a bit of free time that I was taking for myself during the summer. Like, this is really my time of year, to enjoy myself on the weekends. That's usually when I do these videos. But coming fall, I'm going to put out a few more videos just to kind of keep continuing the process of building on these different skills, building on these ideas, building on these concepts until you feel that you can literally set out a goal for yourself, like a realistic goal, and you can achieve it. You can trust the process, you can believe in yourself, you can outline the goal, and you will get there, given the amount of time. But thank you and have a great day.